Page 6.
Where did you find this? I found it beneath the arch of a cliff in the mountains to the west. I collected all that I could and dried it. I thought it best to preserve it. Over the last few days the people at the manor had gone through many stages of grief. Most of them were still in shock and denial. Lucia knew that Reserve Nalene had an intense fear of fire. Reserve Guy was terrified of water. Kandran was one of the jovial, unbroken spirits, but his eyes were still infected and swollen. Mirrodin suffered breathing problems and had a persistent cough. Raid had episodes of aggression that were only subdued by ale. Beastmaster Loden sometimes had flashbacks. Many times, Reserve Yadira caused accidents while under the influence of drink. And Ali developed a speech impediment. One of the worst was Reserve Javd, who had stress-induced seizures. Even Lucia suffered from constant nightmares and Revere lost feeling in his right leg due to burns and infection. Everyone suffered both the traumatic disaster and the loss of their family and friends. How are you faring seeing all the lights? Lucia asked. I'm trembling, but Ali helps me cope. I prefer not to be too close to the fire even when my toes get numb. It's good to have someone to help you. Commander, it is. I don't know where I'd be without Ali and Delling. Lucia mulled over the thought. It seemed many of the survivors leaned on each other. Regan leaned on Guy. Guy leaned on Kandran. Kandran leaned on Mirrodin. Mirrodin leaned on Heller, and so on. They all helped each other cope. Despite the horrors they endured, they developed a bond through the trauma. When Lucia needed someone to lean on, Steward Revere was there. A feeling of warmth kindled in her heart at the thought of her steward. Revere was more than just the steward of this manor. He was her friend. Thank you, Reserve Nalene. That was thoughtful of you, she said. I think it's a nice tradition. Perhaps we can adapt it like we did with the Alairians Festival of Lights. Thanks, Commander. Be well. The commander went down the stairs from the outlook and down back to the lights of the festival. She saw Specialist Shull flirt with Reserve Kandran, who had messy blonde hair. Specialist Leail was enjoying some drunken games with Reserve Guy and Javd. Raid attempted to charm